Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge to issue and claim to Carter. This claim will beget torture for both Brooke and Hope. Steffi senses the depth of Daphne passions for Carter. Daphne to have another converse with Steffi. Fico CEO will presumably give an update about what happened at the meeting with Hope and Carter and Hope. When Carter is brought up, Steffi eventually realizes that Daphne doesn't just have a crush, but real passions for the man. When Steffi realizes that her friend has deep romantic passions for Carter, that will make effects messy. For one thing, Carter has no idea that Steffi planted Daphne with the intention of getting Carter down from Hope. So, since that's technically happened, if Carter learns the verity, he could question her passions. The nearer that Daphne and Carter get, the further damage the secret will beget when it comes out. Carter has a decision to make. Steffi formerly gave her in claim, which Ridge will echo. Since they believe that Hope brainwashed Carter, they can't risk him having any association with her. This goes beyond Forrester Creations. Carter probably has to leave Hope if he wants to come back. While Carter is trying to figure out his decision, Hope will be frantic. Hope is formally soliciting him not to let the Forresters divide them. Still, Carter's guilt was way too important. Carter might try to negotiate or indeed endorse for Hope formally again, but those claims will go unheard. So, what's Carter going to decide? Over at Il Giardino, suckers could also see further of Luna. Luna sits with Will at the eatery. When Luna tells Will she wants to repay the Spencer family for their kindness, there's a weird smile on her face. Is Will really falling for Luna's con, just as Bill did? How do Sheila, Carter and Deacon factor into all of this? Hope is in for a rude awakening. Over the last many months, she stood beside Carter as he dishonestly stole Forrester Creations right out from beneath the Forrester family. Sure, it was his idea, but Hope has played a vital part in boosting Carter's pride and bolstering his confidence to stay the course, at least for a little while. Before this achievement, Carter was an Memorial Forrester. They trusted him with everything and treated him like a member of the family, and perhaps most importantly, there was no hint that he was unhappy. Carter also presented them with the idea of turning Forrester into a global brand that peddled everything from candles to home goods, and both Ridge and Eric said no thank you. They wanted to stay with couture and many other specific fashion lines, and in normal times, Carter presumably would have been okay with them shooting down his ideas, but these aren't normal times. Hope played on the fact that Carter felt unseen and marginalized and mixed it in with how she has always felt at the company, and also everything exploded. The preemption was born and they were both agitated and happy, for a moment. As Hope stepped out and came further power empty, Carter's guilt started to eat down at him. Daphne was brought into Forrester Creations by Steffi to produce a hand scent and buckle Carter and Hope's relationship. If she could get between them and weaken their alliance, also the achievement would inescapably fall piecemeal. Daphne didn't need to work veritably hard because what she set up in Carter was a man who was formerly floundering with inviting guilt for being a snake. Daphne simply saw Carter for who he really is and encouraged him to do the right thing. She also caught some serious passions along the way, and it looks like Carter did as well. Meanwhile, indeed, when he tried to explain to Hope how he was feeling, she didn't want to hear it, disregarded it, or silenced him. Her need for control and power came more important than doing the honest thing, and that has rocked their cooperation. Hope was affrighted to hear that Carter ripped up the LLC paperwork and gave the company back to Ridge and Eric, but she knew that her line and job were apparently safe. Carter made them promise that Hope for the future would continue, but he didn't get it in jotting. At a meeting with Eric, Ridge, and Steffi, Carter learned that his position in the company is safe, as is Brooke. Hope and her line are both finished because Hope for the future was about honesty, sustainability, and genuine virtuousness, all effects that Hope no longer represents. As Hope started to storm out of the office, she called for Carter to join her because they still have a cooperation, but as usual, she isn't reading the room. Her position of hostility and wrathfulness is the exact contrary of how Carter is carrying himself. He has been lowered and is embarrassed over how far effects went, so there's no way that he's going to join Hope in leaving in a rage. When Carter digs in his heels, do you suppose there will be any stopgap left for the couple? Is there any way that Hope will get past his treason? It looks like someone then's eventually taking matters into her own hands. Of course, we're talking about Hope Logan, as it appears as though she might eventually start her own company after her Forrester Creations preemption fell flat. While she might not have the plutocrat or the coffers to do it on her own, there's a veritably good chance that someone like Bill Spencer might help her out in that department. Sure, he might have been one of her first bullies on the show, but he despises the Forresters enough that he'd be willing to help her out. Plus, Hope's contract with FC is going to run out soon. Not only that, but she could also use this as an occasion to prove her worth to everyone. Making her line more successful without the help of Forrester Creations would be the stylish vengeance for her. It goes without saying that the internet clearly did have a lot to say about the matter. Some have indeed reflected with Hope requirements to get her own business and get down from Forrester Creations. I could imagine returning to that plant indeed with a pledge to keep Hope for the unborn handling. Hope is blessed to get down from the Forresters. Another addict wrote, Hope just needs to go to because she's gonna have no future when her contract is over. I'm sick of Steffi and Hope having a go at each other. And also there was this comment as well, what about a Hope/Bill pairing? I know it's kind of harsh, but at least they aren't related by blood or indeed marriage presently. Perhaps it would give back some of Bill's personality. The Bold and the Beautiful news says that the critics have spoken. Indeed, though she's a heritage character, a lot of suckers believe that it's time for Steffi Forrester to take further than just a long break from the show. Keep reading below for everything you need to know. Supposedly, Steffi, who's played by actress Jacqueline McInnes Wood, has gotten on the last wimwams of suckers far and wide. It's just because she acts like she's got the answers all the time. In fact, some suckers suppose that Steffi telling everybody what to do and always having an opinion on every matter is getting so annoying that they suppose it's time for her to leave this fictional city of Los Angeles for Europe and rather no way come back. Numerous BMB suckers have indeed taken to social media to note on the matter. Some have indeed said, I can't stay for her to go on motherliness leave. I'm sorry, it's not the actress, we know, it's the pens. But man, I'm so tired of the Steffi bully yelling holier than thou show. Another critic wrote, sermonize it family. Steffi is so spiteful to anything Logan but especially Hope. I get that she's freaked out about Luna with good reason, but I'm sick of her telling Finn what he can and cannot do. And also there was this comment as well, I'm enjoying Steffi. Lunatic can go pound sound. The crazy heifer abducted her and was going to kill her. She knew she had children including a son. It doesn't count that she's now her husband's long-lost son. She can't just flip a switch and start treating the frenetic cow like she treated her when she was dating RJ. Go Steffi.